Hi, it's Nancy from Poppy's Paint Powder. I was hoping to do a Periscope for you tonight, but I was having technical difficulties, so I'm going to go ahead and do the project anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can turn this ugly, old, wore-out bar stool into this refreshed, new, pretty one. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now what you're going to need is you're going to need 3 products only for this. You're going to need this product here. It's called Fab, and my girlfriend Paula Blankenship owns a company, Heirloom Paints, that creates this. What Fab is, it's a painted fabric, primer, and sealer. You can paint any fabric at all if you put Fab on it first. The next thing we're going to need is we're going to need some chalk paint. My chalk paint is made with Poppy's Paint Powder, the product that I manufacture with my husband, and I've already mixed this up, and you can see my previous video on how to mix poppies. Now I'm going to have 4 different color stools, so I have 4 different color paints. I have a pink, a yellow, a green, which this is an OPI color that I got at Ace Hardware, and that's something now you can have the same color paint on your furniture as you have on your fingernails, and then a light blue. We're going to go with the OPI green for this. All right. Goodness, don't you hate it when you can't get things open? Goodness gracious sakes alive. So this Fab, it looks kind of like glue, and it's a white product, it's thin. And what you're going to do with the Fab is you're just going to put a nice light coat all over your piece. Now I've pre-done this for you so that you don't have to stay here and watch forever. But just giving you an example of how, I'm going to bring that camera down a little bit more so you can see it a little bit more up close. One coat will do it. You just want to make sure that you get all of the parts covered. You want to lift it up, do under the edge. That's the part I always forget to do myself. I've just been using a regular 1-inch Purdy brush here. That's my favorite. Now when it's all dry, we're going to move this one to the side. I have one that I've already done. And you can hardly tell that anything has changed. It still looks gnarly and ugly. Oh, I'll be so happy when I have these all done. You want to go wash your brush out, of course. Shake your paint up real well. One of the wonderful things about poppies, well, if you don't, maybe you don't know about poppies, so let me tell you about poppies as we're painting this, okay? We're going to put one nice coat of paint on it. Poppies is a chalk paint powder. It's a paint additive that my husband, who the granddaughter calls Poppy, invented for me. I'll give you a little bit of the backstory on it. I've always, yes, since I was a young girl, I've always been repurposing furniture. Excuse me. And maybe about 15, 20 years ago, I started doing mosaic furniture, real high-end stuff. And I would do decorative painting on it as well, so it would be a really well put together piece. Just really an artisan piece. Well, I was never really happy with the finish that I got on my furniture with latex paint. Over the years, it would pill and peel, and it just didn't look professional like my mosaic artwork did. So when I heard about chalk paint, I was really thrilled about it and started using the market leader and loved it. So this chair that I made, it was a Pink Princess cupcake chair. You can only imagine what that looked like. But I wanted to have custom paint because I would always custom match the paint along to match the design. I would paint the design, sometimes do decoupage, match the paint, and this was no different with this piece. So I went to my girl, and I was using the market leader in chalk paint at the time, and I said, hey, I need to really get paint for this, and I told her about my project, and so she directed me to 3 different quarts of paint. And it was almost $40 each. Well, there was no guarantee. Oh, I didn't tell you this part. So what she wanted me to do was mix 3 different colors together to get the color pink that I wanted, okay, for my project. And there was no guarantee that it was going to come out right. So now here I'm spending $120 maybe getting the color of paint that I want, right? So I said, no, I'm sorry. Went home with my paintbrush between my legs and was whining to my husband. He says to me, honey, don't worry about it. I'll figure out how to make chalk paint for you. And darn if he didn't go to work and come up with a formula, wonderful, wonderful formula for me, so that I could chalk paint all of my pieces, whatever color I could imagine. I could mix as little or as much as I wanted, and it was a dream come true. So I used it for a while and loved it. And he would mess around with it. We had talked about kind of, not really seriously, launching a ready-made line of our own. And then so many came on the market that we said, oh, there's just way too many on the market. We're not going to do that. So it was probably about a year after that, I was sitting there and kind of having a little remorse that we never really launched the paint line. I was like, geez, that would be a great source of additional income, and it's a great product. And then I just got a hold of myself and said, you know what, Nancy Oliver, you own your world, girl. If you really wanted to launch that daggone paint line, you would have did it yourself. And the minute I said that, it was like God dropped it divinely right into my soul. Just sell the powder. So we went to work at that point, right after that, coming up with packaging, and he wanted to perfect it even a little bit more to make sure that if we were going to offer it to other people, that by far it would be the most superior product on the market. See, I'm done with that piece already. Isn't that something? So we're just going to take this one, little wet one, and set it over here. You can't see it, but bear with me, please. Oh, aren't they going to be cute? Just like an ice cream stand. Goodness gracious sakes alive. Now it dries really fast. The poppies mixed in any regular latex paint gives it superior coverage. You have very little or no sanding, no priming, no stripping, and it's just really an all-around versatile product that's going to save you tons of money and let you refresh and repurpose so many items in your home that you wouldn't have thought of doing. Okay, so this one here, this one is blue. I've already done this one. And now we're just going to come back, now that it's dry, and put that last coat of fab on there. That's it. That's all there is to it. So I'm just going to lay this fab on here. It'll take 10 minutes to dry is all. Just want to make sure you get it covered real well. So you remember, you put the fab on when you start, and you put the fab on when you're done. You don't need any other sealer at all. You don't need to wax it. It's all inclusive. You can buy poppies from our website or at our retailers around the country. The web address is poppiespaintpowder.com. And you can buy the fab at Heirloom Traditions Paint online. I really appreciate you joining me tonight and having fun with me, recreating these bar stools. And we literally turned these from trash to treasure, from broken to beautiful. And don't forget, doesn't matter how broke or broken you are, what really matters is how you put the pieces back together. And if you always remember that, you'll always come up on the sunny side of life. Paint your world pretty with poppies. I'm really thrilled that you all came and joined me tonight. And I'm going to say over and out, and I hope that you all have a fabulous night. Stop in again, okay? Bye-bye.